Hi, I'm Dick Norris for Expedition 361, the South African Safari. Now, one of our objectives was to study the climatological record of southeastern Africa and link that to the rich archaeological record that we have on land. It turns out that southeastern Africa has probably the best fossil record anywhere of early human development. Most of that record comes from caves and lake margins that have a very discontinuous record, little snapshots in time of how humans became what we are today. On the other hand, our cruise, which has been drilling a series of holes down the southeastern coast of Africa, has recovered cores that yield in unprecedented detail this rich climatological and environmental history of southeastern Africa that we hope to tie together with the archaeological record of humans on land. So what do we expect to find? Well, let's go and have a look. This is part of our core from Mozambique Channel. And although it doesn't contain actual human remains, it does have a really neat record of what humans did to the landscape. And in particular, one of the things we can look at in a core like this is the record of fire, because people, of course, have used fire to do not only cooking, but also to clear the landscape, for hunting, all sorts of purposes. It's thought that people first used fire around 1 million years ago and then were regularly cooking with fire about 400,000 years ago. But the fact is, we really don't know when fire became a regular part of the human routine. Now, a core like this, on the other hand, contains a record of soot and charcoal and ash, those bits of fire that get blown off out to sea and deposited in deep sea mud. And we can look at that record to figure out what humans did in terms of modifying the landscape. So our collection of cores gives us both the zoomed-in view, the details of African climate history, as well as a really zoomed-out view of human origins. We can look at pollen to tell us how lush and heavily vegetated the land surface was. We can look at sand and silt that reflects flooding rivers and changing aridity on land. And of course, we can also look at a record of temperature that tells us how hot or cold things were for our human ancestors. So best of all, we can tie that rich archaeological record from Eastern Africa into this incredibly detailed climatological record that will be emerging from our cores. In short, our cores are going to remake our understanding of human origins.